and welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to cover some of the equipment that we're bringing along on our upcoming holiday overseas. We'll be away for a couple of months, and I've been tossing around the idea of should I be going with convenience or should I be going with quality when it comes to collecting video footage. Stay tuned and find out what I'm bringing.
Still I run toward the wind and let the challenge draw me in, 'cause I want more. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure.
So as I'm talking through the equipment today, I'm not getting paid. I'm actually not doing a review of the equipment. I'm really just sharing my thinking and my plans for this upcoming trip. So what have I decided for most of our footage? I've actually gone with a combination of convenience and quality, and the plan is to use the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Now I've just got this phone and I'm super impressed with the cameras. So the first thing I needed to decide on was the case for the iPhone 15 Pro Max. I decided to go with the Mous case. I've actually gone with the Intralock version, and that's for a couple of reasons. So as I mentioned, I'm bringing along the GoPro. I'm actually bringing two GoPros along, and I've got quite a few GoPro mounts. And rather than bring lots of different things, I was looking for a way that I could use the iPhone 15 Pro Max and also utilize the GoPro mounts. So the first attachment that I bought for the Mous case was actually this universal one. This universal attachment will allow me to attach my iPhone to the various GoPro mounts that I've got. The clamp seems to attach really strongly and quite simply to the back of the iPhone. It seems to hold it really well. So what are the GoPro mounts that I'm really looking at attaching this to? I've got a couple. I've gone with the Tellison suction cup and also the Tellison clamp mount. Now this one I've tried already. It actually does a fantastic job with the GoPro, attaching it to the likes of the windscreen of the car or some other sort of smooth surface. And the clamp mount, well, this one will allow me to attach the GoPro or the phone to a railing or the handlebars of a bicycle or something like that. So I also bought the Mous bike clamp. Now the reason I bought this was so that I could use the phone on the handlebars. For example, one of the things that we're doing a Segway tour of Barcelona. Make sure you tune in for that episode. And so I wanted to be able to attach the phone or the GoPro to the handlebars. So I got the Mous clamp here, and again, great. Clamps onto the phone. I can attach that to the handlebars and get some footage of either myself or where I'm heading. And because I've got the GoPro and the GoPro mount, I can actually have two cameras going at once if I want. So as I mentioned, the cameras on the iPhone 15 Pro Max are pretty good. And I really like that I can record in ProRes if I decide to. I haven't done a lot of ProRes video before, and there's a couple of things you've got to consider. Firstly, the video doesn't look that great straight out of the camera. You do have to do a little bit of color grading when you're editing your videos together. The other issue with the ProRes is the file size is very large. Now, one of the benefits of the iPhone 15 Pro Max is that you can actually store that video directly onto an external drive. So in case I want to do that on the trip, I've actually bought a couple of these Samsung little thumb drives. They're 256 gig. The USB-C will plug directly into the USB-C on the phone, and if I'm shooting in ProRes, that footage will go directly onto that little thumb drive. Alternatively, I can just use these to download the footage off my phone and use them later on my laptop. So one of the other mounts that I've decided to try this time around is this Tellison collar mount. Now basically replaces like a chest piece for the GoPro. It fits around the neck. My GoPro and the iPhone will actually fit to this mount, and I can mount that on my chest if I want to get some POV shots. So one of the other things that I've bought are these Ulanzi microphones. So the little Bluetooth microphone, little receiver, very small, lightweight. It'll plug and play directly into the base of the iPhone. And then I have two of these rechargeable lapel mics, one for myself, one for my wife, so we can both record audio at the same time. I'll actually try these when I change over to the iPhone later on in the video. So the iPhone 15 Pro Max has got great stabilisation, but I'm actually used to using a gimbal. I've got a Flashdrive tech that I used to use with the GoPro. I've also got a Zhiyun that I use with a point and shoot. I was looking for something that I could actually use with the 15 Pro Max, and I decided on the DJI Osmo Mobile 6. Now this is a great little gimbal, super convenient, very small, fits into your pocket, and the features are actually pretty impressive. Now it doesn't have a full range of motion, but for what I'm going to use it for, it'll do fine. A couple of things that I really like about the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, as soon as you take it out, it's just a matter of unlocking it, unfolding it, and it automatically turns on. The Mobile 6 comes with this little clamp that you can attach to your phone, and it magnetises directly onto the gimbal. So with the gimbal turned on, the little clamp on my phone, I join the two together and we're ready to go. So with this gimbal, I can definitely use it in portrait mode, but most of the time I'll be using it in landscape. That happens with the click of a button, and very, very smooth action. A number of different features. I'm not going to do a review of the gimbal. It is great. There's lots of reviews on YouTube. If you're interested, check them out. I'll just touch on a couple of the features that I really like. So when using the gimbal, you definitely need the DJI Mimo app. Now this app integrates beautifully with the camera on the phone, and one of the features that I really like is the zoom function. So this little wheel on the side of the gimbal has two different functions. Firstly, we can use it for focus. Secondly, we can use it for zoom. Now when you're zooming with the camera, I really don't like pinching, I don't like pushing, but to keep it nice and smooth, I can use the thumb wheel and zoom in and out without vibrating or moving the camera at all. Fantastic option. The DJI Mobile also comes with its own tripod. We just screw that into the base. With that screwed in, we can open up the legs, and now we have a fantastic stable tripod. Not only that, the gimbal comes with its own selfie stick, which just helps get those better angles. Another feature of the DJI app is the follow mode. This is perfect if you don't want to be behind the camera when you're capturing footage. We'll have a look at that in a moment. So if I want to get a little bit better picture in low light when I'm using selfies with the gimbal, I did buy this extra little clamp. This clamp came from Amazon. It fits just like the original. The benefit is that it has a light, a little LED, both above and below the camera. It lights up quite well, and as you can see, definitely gets bright. So I've switched over to the iPhone. I have it attached to the gimbal, and as I mentioned earlier, I'd show you follow mode. So I've got follow mode on now, and you'll see as I move around, the camera will actually follow me. Now that's a great feature if we both want to be in the shot at the same time. I'm also using the Ulanzi microphone and the little Bluetooth receiver, which is attached to the phone. So as I mentioned, I'm bringing a couple of GoPros with me. I have the old GoPro Hero 5, great little camera, still shoots in 4K, but I also have the newer GoPro Hero 11. And as you can see, I have it here in the Creator mod, also with the Volta stick. So while we're out shooting, depending on where we are and the conditions, I'll switch somewhere between the phone and the GoPro to get most of those shots. The only thing I'm still yet to decide on is whether or not I'll bring my little DJI mini drone. I was going to bring this just to get some B-reel footage, some nice aerial shots of different places that we visit. The downside though is that the ship that we're on actually confiscate these drones before you get on board. So that means the whole first half of our trip I'd be without the drone. Also, when we're in America, I'm not too sure if we're allowed to fly drones around New York. I suspect probably not. So I might be a little bit limited in where I can collect some of that footage. So I also have an account with Envato Elements. Now it's a great resource for video making. Lots of templates, lots of music, and also stock footage. And I was looking the other day and there's quite a lot of drone footage of some of the places that we're visiting. So I may use some of that footage in my B-reel rather than bring the drone along with me. So I've got a number of tripods and selfie sticks, but on this trip I'm going to go with convenience. So I bought one of these Ulanzi tripod selfie sticks, all in one. Great size, fits inside my bag. I can definitely mount a GoPro on this. I can also mount the gimbal on top. Now the legs fold out, as you can see, and form quite a nice sturdy tripod. Not only that, the selfie stick will extend up to 62 inches. So this means I can almost set up my gimbal and phone at head height. So hopefully you found some of this information useful. If you want to see us put this gear into action, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button and hit the notification button while you're there. Don't forget, you can escape the everyday too. See you next time.